days later, Percy was shunting in the yard at Ffarquhar when the station master came up. "Leave those trucks, please, Percy," he said. "There's an emergency down at the harbor. The Fat Controller wants you to go and sort it out right away." "But Toby can't," began Percy. "Never mind that," said the station master. "The Fat Controller needs you on the double quick. Leave us to worry about the shunting." Bulstrode was a barge used for carrying stone. It was a disagreeable barge. Nothing was ever right for him, and he grumbled unceasingly. Trucks grumbled too, but they weren't a patch on Bulstrode. Come on, shouted Bulstrode rudely one morning. "Why aren't you trucks where you should be? How can I be loaded if you dawdle up there, eh? There's no engine. We can only go where we're put," retorted the trucks crossly. "You're in the wrong place, not us." They argued for some time, but it made no difference. Bulstrode was in the wrong place, but wasn't meant to leave until the next day, and he wasn't going to let a little thing like that stop him from complaining. When Percy arrived, Bulstrode was sulking, and the trucks were annoyed with him. "Our stone is for Bulstrode," they said. "Please put us into the siding so we can load him up and be rid of him as soon as possible." The line slopes down to the harbor. Percy pulled the trucks a little way up the hill, clear of the points. As he stopped, one of the truck's brakes slipped on. When Percy began to push, the truck started with a jerk, and the coupling broke. "Help! Help!" they wailed. A shunter bravely tried to stop them, only broke his pole. Bulstrode heard a rattle and a shout or two, but could see nothing. The first he knew of anything wrong. But anything else was lost in a gurgle as the trucks burst a hole in his hull and water began to pour in. Bulstrode felt an awful sinking feeling. "Save me," he spluttered. "I'm drowning." But Bulstrode didn't drown. As chance would have it, the tide was out, so he did not go right under the water. The trucks were upset about losing some of their friends, but were very little bothered about Bulstrode. "Nothing but a nuisance he was," they said to each other. "Always barging and moaning in about not being loaded fast enough," they sniggered. "This time he got the load faster than he bargained for. Serves him right if you ask us." Percy was kept busy for some time afterwards clearing the mess. When the remains of the trucks had been lifted out of the water, he took them to the scrapyard. As for Bulstrode, when everything else had been cleared, his remains were taken to a nearby beach where they could do no harm. Now children play happily among the wreckage. If Bulstrode is still grumbling, which I expect he is, the children take no notice. The first he knew of anything wrong was when 4 loaded trucks of slate. Oh my god. I have like a full collection of bloopers if you want them. It's amazing. But anything else was lost in a gurgle as the truck burst a hole in his hull and water began to pour in. Bulstrode felt an... I'm sorry, this pun got me. Bulstrode felt I can't. Bulstrode felt an awful sinking feeling. I cannot believe I was able to get through that one line of text. The trucks were upset about losing some of their friends, but wait, did they die? What? Did I just read that they died? I'm sorry, I've never read this story before. I don't know if you could tell. The trucks were upset about losing some of their friends, but were very little worried about Ffarquhar. But when the remains of some of the trucks had been lifted out of the water, he took them to the scrapyard. Okay, so they are dead. The end. Seriously, like, if you ever do a bloopers reel for this, like, I have 4 minutes of, like, another take, and then someone called me and the video ended. If you need me to redo anything at all, just tell me. Bye.